Hi all, welcome to a breakdown review of Berserk episode 2. Today we are going to discuss the following three topics. Number 1, our opinions about this episode. Number 2, what we think is going to happen in the next episode. And number 3, our favorite and our worst part of this episode. So let's get started. Says, what are your thoughts about this episode?
After last week's episode, it was interesting to see what would happen to Guts and the showdown with the Knights. The Knights came to get Guts, as they wanted to know what happened to the bands of Hawks. As I said last episode, it was a joy to see a mention of the previous chapters. We got to see some more scenes of Guts and Casca, as well as Griffith's scene. I enjoyed the more traditional animation of those scenes. It gave them a distinct feeling. Back to the battle. Guts tried to convey that he wouldn't join the knights. The princess ordered the men, who we heard were all amateurs, to capture Guts. Guts tried to escape and cause no harm, though the moment he got cornered, we saw the black swordsman retaliate. The ease and the way he slaughtered the soldiers was an amazing but horrifying scene to behold. The old General Azan stepped in, and the weakened Guts had difficulty battling him straight on. He tried to fake a direct attack and go after the princess. At the last second, a piece of wood knocked him out. The only person behind the princess was Serpico. Who is he? How strong must he be to able to do that? I definitely want to know more. After his capture, there was a scene where the princess tortured him. In the end, he escaped, and before he captured her as leverage, he saw that she was mutilating herself. He escaped easily till a lone rider raced after him. It was Serpico. And just as he was about to attack, he got surrounded by demons, of course, ending the episode. So, Con, what were your thoughts about this episode?
I thought this episode was better than the first one. There were two characters that made me curious about who they are and what the hell do they want to achieve. I am talking here about the Princess Faranese and the mystery guy Serpico, who by the way dealt the final blow to Guts. As powerful Guts is, he is clearly too tired from his last battle with the Demon Tree, but yet he managed to kill a few of those holy knights. As usual, Guts showed us what the real meaning is of Berserk. Even when he has no energy at all, he still shows us that he is abnormal strong and slaughtered those knights with ease. After Guts was captured, he got tortured by this Princess Faranese in private. She was questioning him about his past with the band of Hawks. So it's clearly for me that she is somehow related or at least knows someone of the members of the band of Hawk. The question is who? Well, my rough guess will be that Veronice could be the sister or the little sister of Casca, but who knows? The storytelling of this episode was really nice. The pace was good, the animation was, however, bad as the first episode, but this time it didn't bother me as much as at the first one. I was really too much into the story that was told in this episode. For me, this episode felt really short for me as well. Says, what do you think is going to happen in the next episode?
We finally have some more information and hints pertaining to the overall story. The previews of Vernes and Guts inside an abandoned mansion with some demon dogs present. Although I can wait for next week, my enthusiasm lies at knowing more about Serpico. Who and what is he? What drives him? Will he be able to defeat the demons we saw at the end? Something we have not even seen Guts do in the Golden Ark movies. If he is not, what I doubt, reiterating the scene with the instant KO of Guts, will he be possessed by the demons that we saw in the end of the episode? We saw the reason why Guts wanted to leave. He was searching for Casca. I think him searching for Casca as well as getting revenge on Griffith are the reasons driving him. And I certainly think and hope we will see that more sooner than later.
I think that we will see the attack of the demons in the next episode, but I also wonder what is going to happen with Serpico. The episode ended where he was about to fire an arrow on Guts, but he stopped as soon as he noticed that he was surrounded by these demons. And What I further think that in the next episode will happen is that Faranese will somehow grow closer to Guts. It doesn't matter if she was already half naked, but I think they will get each other to know each other fully.
Let's go to point number 3. What was my favorite part of this episode? Well, my favorite part was the brutality of the attacks of Guts. The cutting down of inexperienced knights, knights that say out loud that they didn't want to kill or hurt him. He's not your average hero, if you can call him a hero at all. He's on a mission of revenge and saving Casca. As I said last week on Breakdown, someone increasingly being broken and driven to madness. Well, the worst part for me is simple. It was too darn short. What was your favorite and worst part, Con?
My favorite part of this episode was when Guts was held prisoner in a cage. In this scene, Guts was really in trouble as he noticed that it was almost time that the demons were about to attack him. The cool thing about this scene was that Guts was really clueless on how to escape from this cage. For the first time, we also see that Guts was lucky because Puck showed up out of nowhere on time and freed him from his cage. The other cool thing about this part was that he wanted to move away from these silly knights as soon as possible. Not only because of Casca, but also because of those demons were about to attack. So you could basically say that he wanted to save some of these lives of those holy knights. The worst scene of this episode for me would be where Veronese was slapping herself with a whip. Like, what the fuck? Why the hell are you hitting yourself? My god.
Thanks for watching Anime Breakdown of Berserk Episode 2. Join us next week for more breakdowns. Leave a comment, suggestions, and remember, don't gunner a mouse if it's a big sword and killed a lot of people before.